Hello everyone, it's Jean. I've actually started to do a trifold pocket book, and I've got so far, and I thought really it would have been nice to have done a how-to on it, so that if you wanted to, you could craft with me. So I've stopped what I'm doing, and I'm just going to explain to you what I've done so far, and then hopefully you'll understand it, and then maybe if you want you can there'll be several videos because I'm on an iPad and I can't edit, so I'll just show you what I've done so far, and what I'm what my thought process is. So first of all, I cut what I've used, but you could use felt if you wanted, or any lining fabric really, but I've used this Soft and Stable, which I use for all my fabric books, and this is fabric and lace. Actually, it's not going to be paper crafting. I thought I'd get back to a bit of lace crafting, to be honest. So this is what I've used, and I cut a piece 17 3/4 by 7 1/2, and then I cut a piece of linen, just vintage linen that I got from a chair back, and put that on the top, and then this is the pocket side. What I've done, I cut some cheesecloth, and then what I've done, I've stamped all over it. And as you can see, I'm hoping that this is going to be a sewing theme 3-tier pocket book. So I've just, as you can see, I've put all different stamps on it: sewing machines, bobbins of cotton, scissors. We've got a bit of script on it. All different. I've used stencils as well. I just thought it would be something a little bit different. So that has gone on the pocket page. So I put those two together, sandwich the interfacing in between, and then I've done spines on mine. Now, if you wanted to just fold it over, that's entirely up to you. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could actually sew by hand, and do running stitches, but I'll give you the measurements for these. And for the first flap, it is 5 3/4, and this is, as I said before, this is 7 1/2. So it's 5 3/4, and then a 1/2 inch spine, and then from this last stitch line here, you measure 5 1/2, another 1/2 inch spine, and this last one is also 5 1/2, so that when you fold it, it gives you a bit of room for, because there will be quite a lot of stuff going inside it, and it gives you a nice little base like that. So that's as far as we've got, and as you can see, I mean, I've got an overlocker, and I've overlocked all my I like sewing, so I do finish everything off. It's just me, but you don't have to do that, of course. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do, I want a pocket on here, and now I'm just thinking how to do this. I know I've done I've done several of these before, but it's a few years ago and you forget. But I've got this, first of all, I've got this lace that I'm going to put down as a base. And I'm wondering if I ought to do that first. And then what I want is this pocket, and I just want to, I've actually marked it. So what I'm going to do is sew down that seam line again from the other side. I shall pin that down, and then I shall fold it over like that. you get me. And then that will be cut off, and that will give me my sort of a corner pocket like that. Could actually glue that if you were so minded. It's entirely up to you, as I say. So I'm just thinking, if I put the lace on first, because the pocket is going to have all different laces on it, you see, I shall do them that way. But when I just fold that over, that will be there. Or do I want that plain? Right. Yeah. Anyway, before we do that, the pockets on the inside, I want to do those first. And just let me get my bits and pieces. Right. So this is going to be my first pocket, and I've cut that, excluding the lace, I've cut that at 3 inches. And then on top of that, I want another layer of pockets, and I'm using this lace to go on there, like that. So before I stitch these pockets down, I want to do these pockets first, because I want to do them at different widths. Bearing in mind that you don't want to have a pocket over your two spines. So just bear that in mind when you're marking it. So let me just get my pins. Okay. So if I were to have a pocket, I'm just going to mark my spines here. That's it. Where's me? This is marvellous, this, because I've only got to put my iron on it and it just removes all the marks. So I'm just gonna rather than pin it, because I need to take this off, and I'll explain to you why. Right, there we are. So that's where we're going with it. And we need to sew this down first, because obviously if you sew down there onto this base, you're going to sew pockets down, aren't you? And you don't want to do that. So I will mark wherever I want mine to be. I might do 2 there. I might do 3 little ones where you can put, I don't know, some sewing item in, and possibly 1 there, probably 1 bigger than the other. But that wants to be sewn down first. Now, as I've explained before, my machine is right at the other side of my craft room, and it's not convenient for me to bring it over here. So I can't do any sewing whilst I'm on camera, so I will have to do that afterwards. So once you've understood that this has got to be done before you put this down, then the next stage is to, I'm going to actually, I've got another piece of linen here, and I'm going to have pockets like that, sort of like that. This needs another iron. I've ironed it once, but you know what linen's like, it It really does take some ironing, so that when it'll be something like that. I know what that wants to be lower down. So what I shall do is cut that off to the bottom there, and then place that on there, and then we've got sort of pocket there, there and there, and then all these little pockets to put little extras in at the bottom. So that's where we're up to, and we need to do that before we put the lace on and the pocket. Yeah, we might even glue that pocket. Right, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back in the next video and we'll take it from there. So I hope that was clear. If you've any questions, you can always put a message in the comments, and I'll try and answer as best I can. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.